meditations of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, our gracious rock and redeemer. Amen. You know, I've done public speaking now for well over 30 years, and I knew this, but I was kind of surprised still one day. Some of you know I do a lot of speaking in front of teenagers and about teen depression, and I'm going all over the country doing that. And sometimes I'm in pretty big groups, 500, 600, 700 of them. And one day I kind of threw something in new, and I said to the crowd, I said, you know, my wife and I of 30-some years now. Notice I slipped that in 30-some. I would have to do the math. I said, you know, we were high school sweethearts. And the whole group in mass said, aww. I was like, uh-oh, what do I do now? Okay? I said, but, you got to understand, you know, we both graduated from college before we got married. Oh. You know, so I was kind of reminded that, you know, I kind of have the power to either take you down or to build you up. Well, I'm going to be mean for a few minutes because I'm going to take you down. Are you ready?
Well, I guess.
Easter. Now, I want you to think about your worst nightmare. And I'm not talking about the stuff of night dreams. I want you to think about your worst nightmare. Because that's where this lesson starts today. Here are these women who have been followers of Jesus, and they're on the way to the tomb. And they are in the middle, smack dab in the middle of the worst nightmare of their lives. This one that they had decided they were going to devote their lives to and follow for the rest of their lives has now been executed in the most painful and terrible of ways possibly imaginable. I mean, it would be hard for us to imagine a more brutal way of killing someone than the way they killed Jesus. And these women witnessed it. They saw him take his broken body and take it from the cross and put it in this tomb, and they are in shock, and they are in the midst of their worst nightmare. And here they are. Early in the morning. In the darkness. And you know what it's like when you're in one of these nightmares. You don't think straight, right? And here they are on their way to prepare this body, and it's inside this tomb that's been sealed with this giant rock, and they've not bothered to figure out how in the world they're even going to get inside to do what they want to do. That's how frazzled they are by this point. You know what I'm talking about? You know what happens when you're in that kind of nightmare, right? You don't think straight. And so here they are. And just when they thought it could get no worse, you know that moment in your nightmare? They get to the tomb and the stones rolled away. Oh no! They've stolen his body. They think. They've stolen his body. They don't even get a chance to do the proper grieving that would maybe help them through this time of shock and nightmare and maybe get them the next step of the way that they need to get in their grieving and in their hurt and in their pain. Their nightmare has gotten worse than they thought it could even get.